Welcome to another episode of Baby Bounce Back. This is week 28 of training after having my fourth child. This week is our first week of summer. I can sleep in and snuggle my baby as long as I want to. My biceps and forearms are sore today. I feel it a little bit. It's not horrible. I can still use my arms. I feel good. It's just those bench presses. I did a lot of them. Who needs fancy toys when you've got food-grade buckets laying around? This one's empty. He started pushing them around. I knew he was going to use it too. As you all know, this baby's been standing up for a couple months, and he's always, ever since he started crawling, he crawled over to something, he stood up and started checking his hands, tapping his hands back and forth on something, testing his balance and his weight, and he is, this week, started letting go and just standing for a few seconds at a time. It's amazing to me because none of my other kids walked this early, but I guess we'll wait and see when it actually happens. I am doing the strength protocol on my crossover symmetry system. I have already noticed some slight positive changes in my thoracic spine from using these exercises. I am also making a concerted effort with my posture and how I sit on the couch, how I sit at the table, and how I sleep at night. I would like to take a quick moment to shout out to all my new subscribers. Hi! While most of you already know that I am not a professional trainer, I'm also not a professional athlete. I am learning how to rehabilitate my life after having a spinal fracture. I had my accident about 7 years ago, but didn't get my fracture diagnosed until a couple years ago, and I had had 5 years of chronic pain trying to figure out how to pull all the pieces together. And last year I decided to have a baby. And here he is playing a glockenspiel, of all things. He discovered the glockenspiel yesterday, and I just couldn't resist holding those mallets in his hands and seeing what he does with it. I bought the glockenspiel last year once I knew that we were going to start homeschooling. I actually have a bachelor's in music education, so I have a lot of practical applications for a glockenspiel in my house. What I really wanted was a metallophone. I love the sound a metallophone makes. Maybe when we have a permanent place to live. Until then, I can teach all the same things with the glockenspiel, and it's easier to transport. I did a ton of these dumbbell snatches today, as always choosing the road of caution with my spinal fracture. We've spent most of this week tidying up the various corners of the house, just all the random places that get neglected during the school year. I like to do my box breathing first and then move into my warm-up. Today I had rowing 1,000-meter intervals for time. None of mine were under 4 minutes. They were all 4:04, 4:10, 4:15, around that area. I did get tired and ended up pulling a 4:19. So you can try rowing 1,000 meters and see how you do. Although it's not really about how well you do against anyone else. We are really competing against ourselves here. But that's only really useful if you can use it as motivation to and take care of yourself. Here he is. He was being so cute, walking around with his daddy. Of course, I was just standing there staring at him instead of getting my camera. So all I caught for you was him sitting down. Sorry about that, guys. Here's more glockenspiel. Now that he's discovered what that is, he has actually been playing that glockenspiel every single day for the last week. And he has a great time playing around with that thing. My jump rope practice is getting there. I'm not really ready for double unders yet. I still kind of kick out. My rowing was part of my metabolic conditioning today. I'm sorry if everything seems a bit disjointed. As I'm editing this video together, I am actually super tired. We spent all week cleaning and tidying up, and then we went out Saturday and spent a couple hours at the park. We played hard, and now that we're home again, my body's telling me that it is nap time. 100%. I've been able to be very productive this week. As my belly muscles return, my spinal fracture is able to become more and more stable every single day. And it's easier for me to get around, it's easier for me to move, it's easier for me to get out of bed, and I'm not in as much pain. This movement practice is helping me maintain a higher quality of life. I haven't always had the best attitude about this movement practice, but I finally come to realize that taking care of myself is what allows me to do all the things that I want to do with my life, to be there for my children the way I want to be there, which is why I say if you have a body, fitness is for you. In other words, if you have a body, I believe taking care of that body should be important to you.
Remember, keep moving.